Our presentation today seeks to explore the immigration issues discussed in the novel Ask Me No Questions by Marina Budos. As a group, we researched H.R. 3531, more commonly known as the Help Separated Children Act. This presentation was put together by Heather, Caitlin, Sammy, Kelly, Jessica, and Allison. In the novel Ask Me No Questions, written by Marina Budos, the main character, Nadira, finds herself in a situation she never thought was possible. While seeking asylum at the Canadian border, her father is detained and sentenced to a hearing regarding his citizenship. Nadira and her older sister, Aisha, are forced to return to their home in New York, where they have no legal guardians to look after them. 14-year-old Nadira is unintentionally forced to become the primary caregiver of the family, and life becomes tense. With their father behind bars and their mother attempting to help him, the girls live with another family member and attempt to work through their problems themselves. Having no one to turn to for help, Nadira felt that she was the only one who could help her father. If the act is implemented, Nadira and Aisha could be in constant communication with her mother and father to figure out their next step in becoming a citizen. The Help Separated Children Act could immensely help the Hussein family. Having no legal guardian to watch over the sisters forced Nadira into a potentially harmful situation. For example, if someone had been appointed to watch the girls, Nadira would not have attempted to get a fake immigration paper for her father. Each year, millions of undocumented immigrants are seized and face deportation. However, while they fight for the right to stay in the United States, their family members are forgotten. And way too often, these family members are children who are abandoned and either lost forever or swept into the foster system, practically ensuring that the parents will never see their children again. As we are all concerned with policies involving social work and social services, we must ask ourselves the question, how do policies and social workers play a role in this story? And can real-life policies help make this fictionalized account less of a reality? 5.5 million children, the vast majority of whom are native-born U.S. citizens living with at least one undocumented parent. The U.S. child welfare system is based on the notion of ensuring the safety and best interest of the child. However, this principle is often compromised in the face of conflicting federal immigration policies and practices. The Secretary of Homeland Security shall be responsible for ensuring that detained parents, legal guardians, and primary caregivers, as well as relatives of children under 18 years of age, are granted free and confidential phone calls with their children on a daily basis. Also granted will be access to children and local and state courts. The lack of national protocols to guide effective collaboration between immigration enforcement entities and child welfare agencies also threatens family. A national network of deportation defense lawyers should be established who are coordinated with the child welfare court system. The responsibility of the Department of Homeland Security is to be in charge of the apprehension and detainment process. They are also advised to notify a social worker or a caseworker in the event that the legal process involves a vulnerable population or a person that is the primary caregiver to that population. Immigration is overseen by the Department of Homeland Security within the federal government. Because Homeland Security's motivation is keeping our country secure, the Help Children Separation Act could benefit more by the collaboration with other organizations like Child Protective Services, which have children in mind. The Department of Homeland Security has extreme power in the providing of care for illegal immigrant children. Prior to the Help Separated Children Act, children had little to no power concerning their future within the United States. This act will increase the overall well-being of children whom are affected by immigration policy as it currently stands. There are conflicting concerns and ideas about the best interests of immigrant children. Before the parents are incarcerated, parents are seen as the primary caregiver. This issue becomes a tough one to deal with when these individuals are undocumented, making them liable to incarceration and eventually losing the ability to care for their children. Although the Help Separated Children Act would formally require the Department of Homeland Security to provide the services, other community-based programs would also offer a great amount of support for these children. This policy requires multiple agencies' assistance and funding. The policy is also necessary to have because this is a frequent issue in the U.S. Currently, parents or caregivers have no guarantee that they will be given the opportunity to make child care arrangements before they are detained. Guardians who are quickly deported may not have the chance to arrange for their children to join them or find adequate care for the child in the U.S. The Help for Separated Children Act seeks to eliminate these consequences by codifying humane standards. The individuals who need the bill are defined in Section 4, some being illegal immigrants who have serious health needs, pregnant women, or parents apprehended with their children, individuals who are over 65 years of age, victims of abuse or human trafficking, and individuals who have applied or intend to apply for asylum. One of the biggest goals of this bill is to preserve family unity and the overall well-being of illegal immigrants. Section 9 explains that the Department of Homeland Security will facilitate and promote the best outcomes for families through custody involvement and providing training to all personnel to further strengthen and respect the bond of different cultures. Along with training, the bill proposes to offer immigrants a right to counsel and services to allow detainees to continue communication and visitation with their children, as well as education on child protective services to better guide immigrants in the best decisions for their families. In September 2009, the bill was referred to the subcommittees of Immigration, Citizenship, Refugees, Border Security, and International Law. Currently, this bill is being reviewed in Congress. If you wish to show your support for this act, call your Congress representative, and we hope that in listening to our presentation, we have enlightened you as to the benefits and possible problems of this act.